Hi, I'd like to show you a game that I made in Desmos, and what I think we really need is something that makes kids just want to play it. You know, kids love playing games, but unfortunately, a lot of kids don't really love doing math. So what can we do about this? Well, maybe one day you can make a game that's really, really fun. This is not there yet, but hopefully it's on the way. Okay, so I think one very important ingredient is that the math actually has to be the core ingredient of the game. The game's actually made out of math. It's not just like normal math problems that just happen to have like a gaming element built onto them, like an animal does a little dance or you have a leaderboard or something, right? Another element I think is there has to be some kind of battle, some kind of thing to fight against, not necessarily like an actual opponent, but a challenge. And in this case, the challenge is to try and like progress through the levels. It won't let you get to the next level until you've fixed one level, which is a common ingredient in games. And I think that there has to be no downside for losing the battle, but there has to be some kind of challenge. Okay, so here's what it is. This is an example of learning trig graphs, but of course you could apply it to any kind of graph. So you have this little snake here, and it's trying to eat apples. And the way you can get it to eat the apples is by putting in the right function. Okay, so let's see. This one here looks like, I think it's probably like negative, let's see, negative sine x. Oh no, that's not quite enough. Okay, let's try negative 2 sine x. All right, okay, so now I can go to the next equation. And I'm going to have to get 5 on this level before I can go to the next one. So, it uses a little bit of like CL. So if I try and go to the next level, it's like, hey, you can't do this yet. Okay, so let's see what this one is. Let me just show you a couple of the levels. But the idea is that it kind of ramps through them incrementally. And I've run this by students in my classes, and, they like it. Now, is this as much fun as playing Among Us or, Clash of Clans or whatever it is that the kids like to play these days? No. And, I don't think that's impossible, but it certainly hasn't reached there yet. But, I think that would be a wonderful, wonderful thing. If it's possible, one day teachers are having to confiscate, phones from their kids because the kids are so addicted to playing some math game. Wouldn't that be a wonderful thing? Another feature, actually, which I think that is limited at the moment, is that this does not work on a mobile phone. And really kids shouldn't have their phones in class at all, but outside of class, if it's not on their phone, it doesn't really exist. So I think that's a limitation, but hopefully this is getting there. Okay, looks like we're almost finished the first level. Once we get 5 points, we actually can go on to the next one. Let's see. So at present, okay, obviously we're just varying the amplitude. Let's have a look. Okay, so now it's going to say, okay, click next to go on to the next level. So here's the next screen. Okay, now the midline could vary or the amplitude could vary. And let's see, this is going to be 2 plus 4 times sine x, I think. Okay, and it reads the equation as soon as you type it. So you get kind of fairly direct feedback. And why is it more fun to see a snake eating apples than just to try and like match a graph? I don't know, but it kind of is. But like I said, I really do think that the games could be made a lot more fun than this. But this is my best shot so far, and I think it's a very worthwhile goal. I love a lot of Desmos activities, and a lot of them have a kind of very playful element to them, which is fantastic. The ones in your curriculum and stuff, but they're not really a game. And what makes something a game anyway? I mean, that's actually not an easy question. I think that a very important ingredient is, like I said, this element of battle. In this case, you're struggling to get to the next level. Just the mere fact that there is a next level, right? And that you can't get to it next. You're like, oh man, I want to get to the next level, right? Even though nothing particularly magical happens, you just get like a slightly, in this case, a slightly more difficult sinusoid to match, right? But just the fact that something like, hey, right now, I have a goal that I feel I can reach, but it's not quite there yet, and I want to get there. I think that's an important element of gameplay. I'm sure there's more to it than that too, but okay, let me just show you the next level. Yeah, there's 4 levels in this, and you could make it as multi-level as you want. You want to don't make it overkill, but let me just go to the next level, and then I think you have a pretty good flavor of this. I think what I think I really want to convey is just how much I like trying to make games in Desmos, and how I think it's a really great platform for doing that. Of course, it's very constrained. You could, trying to make everything in this framework means that you can't have lots and lots of bells and whistles, but I kind of actually think that's a good thing because, it's very easy to overclutter stuff. You don't want to be distracting too much from the math. You can put in as many little, dancing animals and fireworks and stuff as you want, and, where's the math gone? Okay, let's just see the next level. Okay, and then the next one, you can change the period. So that's my game. I hope you like it. Thanks very much.